And here we go. Welcome everyone. This is the game number 2 of the best of 3 series, and spawning here, the Canadian Protoss player playing for Genesis Gaming. This is Zero.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha ALE, we have his opponent representing his old team, Scythe Esports. It is Willow.
Oh, as I'm understand, Zero is currently up 1-0, right?
Yes.
Yes, Terran power, finally.
Terran doing well today, Oh boy. And yeah, the reason why I wanted to dive into this series is because the winner of this series goes up against Riser. The winner of that series goes up against Skylar.
You just want to see Skylar, right, mate?
Oh, mate, that's why I'm here.
As soon as Skylar is out, the stream is over.
Oh god. No, I mean, there's a lot of good players today. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that today this is really what I wanted from North America, because we have Riser, we have Skylar, we have Arisius, who was another player that we were funadaing in qualifier number 1. We wanted him there and he didn't show up. Cuddlebear is here, Creature, BioIce made his return, Volts, Full Hearts, like everyone has shown up today, man.
Yes, it's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be... Cats, of course. The Papa Root himself.
Yeah, the American Zerg Kappa.
But yeah, it's going to be an interesting qualifier. Remember, people, this is a single elimination tournament where the top 4 players advance to the close qualifiers in Saturday, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say it's a little bit easier than probably the Latin American qualifiers, but still, it's gonna be good games all around.
Yes, it is easier. You don't have to go anywhere near as far in the bracket to qualify for the North American closed qualifier, but regardless, there's still plenty of good players here and good players in that closed qualifier. So yeah, I'm honestly excited. Likewise, mate, I don't know what the hell this drone is doing. He went far to hide from the Reaper.
Yeah, I assumed that he was gonna just scout. I think he just scouted for possible proxies. Or I thought he might do a hidden third base, but no, he's just going into the normal route.
Yeah. Quite often we see that drone hidden to avoid that Reaper, but it was interesting to see him just go far and all the way to the bottom right. Oh god! But in the end, he does get his third up.
Look, mate, that drone was a real explorer, okay?
He wanted to see the world before he became a stationary object.
Yes.
Feels bad, man. Oh god.
But yeah, so far in the Terran base, Zero's doing like a pretty standard Terran opening in Reaper expansion into Reactor Helion, and now a starport with a Tech Lab. So he's probably going for Banshees, I'm gonna say, after the Helions. Yeah, definitely Banshees. The barrel has lit off. Now the question is he going after this Mech or Bio?
That is a good question.
How much do you know of this player, like?
I have never casted this player before. Obviously, he is on Genesis Gaming, which is a prolific team, but unfortunately, like, I haven't been able to cast him or cover him when it comes to North America, NA Apprentice, whether it's code A or code S. So yeah, I'm not too familiar with him. We'll see how he performs here in this NA qualifier. Obviously, he's got some big names ahead of him if he does move on in this bracket. So we'll see how things go. Obviously, unfortunately, we didn't get to see game 1, so we don't know what happened. The game wasn't too long though. I'd be surprised if he plays Mac.
Probably. We'll see, man. We'll see. Only 4 Helions and 4 Helions? Yeah, no, 6 Helions. 6 Helions made out of those factory, and then it went away. Probably going to go Bio, because otherwise I don't see why the factory will have lift up. Yeah, and there we go. Team starting, so definitely Bio. And meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Willow going for Roaches, probably for defensive. Oh my god, Sterling's managed to get in. The wall was not a wall.
Yeah, it wasn't, and now he's focusing down the third CC. The Hellions have to rush all the way back home, but I do not think that they can save this building.
It was not cancelled, mate. It was destroyed.
Oh,
That's
God.
400 minerals going down the drain, mate.
Mate, not just that, but now workers are going down. All this lost mining time as well. Obviously, he scouted that there was a Banshee. He saw the 1/1/1 opener with the Lings, and now he should be able to respond. There we go. Spores get thrown down.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage. Like I said, it is a small mistake. Probably very easy to miss it just because of the way the camera works and attack. Look, that little space was more than enough for the Zerlings to enter and wreak havoc, mate. And now, mate, roaches are coming. And I don't think Zero is ready.
You say roaches are coming, mate. Roaches are here as the Roach Ravager pushes through the base once again, forces the natural base to be evacuated, and this could be over. Oh, he just barely lifts up the depot in time, but the bio shots, they're landing, they're connecting.
Yeah, the Banshees are gonna defend eventually, mate. The question is the wall gonna hold? The answer is no. The Zerlings come in and it's gonna start destroying SCVs.
God, as more and more SCVs are going down, the Hellions are doing their best to clean things up, but it looks like, oh, there's only one Hellion remaining and it almost got surrounded. Actually, he's going for the workers instead, and these things will be cleaned up, but my God, they dealt so much damage.
Yeah, 11 civil kills. The third base was delayed again. Another barracks destroyed, and mate, this is a really good position for our third player.
Oh yeah, I mean, Willow can do whatever he wants, mate. I mean, here we go. Lair just finished up. We have a Hydra Den on the way. Interesting choice, going for Lingbane Hydra instead of Lingbane Muta. But again, mate, he can do whatever he wants. There we go. Upgrades are on the way as well. He has to be careful not to be overly greedy, but we see a wave of Lings on the way. Like, he's being safe.
Yeah, he is. And Northern player now, he needs to do damage, mate. The Banshees are coming, but unfortunately there's an Overseer ready, there's Queens ready. I don't think this Banshee is gonna do much.
It shouldn't do much, right? Oh, the Overseer and the Queens are going into the main. Makes sense, but the Banshee is at the third, so they're in the wrong position, so they're gonna deal some damage. A couple of drones go down.
Yeah, 4 drones. You know, Willow is down to 55. Meanwhile, 0, 42 workers. The Banshee survived, which is important. You want them to live as long as possible, at least just to be annoying for the third player. There we go, they're going again. There are no Queens in the main base. They'll be able to snipe at least a couple of more workers.
Oh my God, these Banshees are dealing more damage than they really should. On top of that, they scout the Hydra Den. Now he knows 100% the Hydras are on the way. He doesn't have to waste resources on missile turrets or anything like that. But even though he knows about the tech, can he really do much about it? I mean, being active with these Banshees are a nice first step. Maybe even get a denial on the 4th base, and then maybe he can get things going.
Maybe. At least the Terran player has already stabilized. 50 workers now. His third base is about to land. So he will begin to saturate it soon enough. +1/+1 on the way for the Terran players. Team is done. Combat shields are just not done. The problem I think right now for the Terran is that he only has 1 tank. His tank production has been slowed a lot by the attack that he suffered earlier.
Exactly, and that's why at home defensively he's vulnerable right now. He doesn't have any bunkers. He's relying on Marines and a single tank on the high ground, as you were saying. I like this though. He's getting a very fast 4th CC. Like, he knows that he's behind. He knows that he has to catch up. Will Willow give him that time? Right now, it looks like Willow, for the most part, has finished droning up on 3 bases. He's focusing on his army, and he's working on his upgrades. 2 are on the way. Yeah, we just have to wait and see when he decides to pull the trigger, because if he doesn't, then Zero, he can get back into this. Zero even.
Probably. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, he has already won 1 game, so he has shown that he is able to defeat his opponent. Let's see if he can do it again from a position of disadvantage. And there we go. Wave Marines is moving out. Probably just to clear some creep, maybe try to snipe some drones if he lives with the medivac.
Yeah, it looks like the spotter Ling did spot the army, so now the Lings and the Hydras are responding, but there are no Banelings with this army, so the Marines, they can trade fairly well. He snipes a Hydra.
Yes, and they do. I was gonna say he traded so well and then he lost a medivac full of Marines.
He traded so well and then he didn't. Oh God. Meanwhile, Banshees do show up here on the bottom right hand side of the map. They're trying to be annoying, and they are. They can get maybe 1 Hydra, but that is all they're able to get here. And yeah, as you were saying, like, he was doing so well with that drop until he lost it. Oh, God. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, never compliment someone before the drop ends.
But yo, maybe Zero can catch these Hydras. Like, this small force is pretty vulnerable.
Not in vision, mate.
No, he doesn't see it. He doesn't know.
Yes, and unfortunately, he may be able to be trapped later on if those units come from the back.
Exactly, it could be sandwiched. There we go. The army is moving towards the Marines. Meanwhile, this fourth base is quite vulnerable. It looks like the Hadri is going to go down.
Yes, immediately go down. All the Zerg army was pretty far away, so nothing was able to respond. But meanwhile, on the other side, the Zerg player is going for attack into the Terran's third base, and only one tank again. Only one tank defending.
Fun fact, there were 2 tanks and then there were no tanks. As the Lings got on top of everything, a third tank shows up. Maybe Zero can hold here as the Banelings do kind of get wasted. The drop is honestly dealing a lot of damage here in the main base. He's trading as best as he can, and he does hold at his third.
Yeah, 5 worker skills for Zero. A lot of army that need to be redirected, so the attack on the third base could not continue. 66 workers for Willow. There's 73 for Zero. Zero has recovered.
Oh yeah, he has recovered economically. He has his fourth base up and running. It's already a planetary. 2-2 is about to finish up. And something that happened was, I believe, was that the infestation? No, KK. The infestation bit survived. But again, like, the hive is honestly kind of late. So Zero, he's catched up. He's caught up in terms of the upgrades.
Yeah, and in fact, he has just started his 1+3+3, mate.
Yeah,
so
he's ahead, mate.
So, yeah, I can now say that he's ahead.
Oh boy. So Willow, he did so well early on in this game, but it is slowly slipping away from his grasp. It's not out of it completely. It looks like he's getting ready for a counterattack, and there are plenty of Banelings here. He could just right-click on this planetary.
Yeah, that's a lot of Banelings. Now, he needs to be very careful. There's a tank, there's Marines, so I'm not sure if just running those Banelings straight into the planetary is a good idea. There we go. He backs up. He doesn't feel confident, and I do not. I approve of it. Oh, Widow Mines, Baneling Mines.
Yeah, Baneling Mines do get set up. They were set up over here on the right as well, but they were scanned, they were dealt with. Oh my god, we have even more Banelings set up just all over the place. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, now Zero needs to be very careful, mate. Otherwise, suddenly half your army can disappear in an instant.
Yeah, I'm gonna need your help with this one, Ducklings, to try and keep an eye on the minimap to make sure we're able to catch if that ever happens. Meanwhile, Willow, he's getting set up for another massive run by. There are a lot of sensor towers that have been thrown down, so Zero will be notified when they do come around. But yeah, we'll see how good how well he can respond. Oh. Thread the needle, papi. Thread the needle.
Oh god, I feel that all the Banelings are just a little bit out of place. Oh, there was. No, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. A lot of Banelings there being killed by the tanks, mate. That was a good fight for the Terran player. Meanwhile, Zero is dropping into his opponent's main base.
Yeah, that he is. At the same time, Ling, Bane, Hydra pushing into the third base. Oh my god, that's a lot of lost SCVs. But Zero will hold, and this drop in the main. Oh my god, can he get the lurker then? Mate, oh god, it's gonna be so close. Can he get it? Can he get it?
Oh my god, he survived with 8 health.
Wow. And that is huge, mate. 4 lurkers are on the way. We still don't have the lurker upgrades, to be fair, so they're not at the strongest that they could be. But again, lurkers could change everything here defensively for Willow.
Yeah, that was only literally one shot of any Marine, and it could have ended the life of that building, mate. So pretty lucky by our Zerg player here. And yeah, now with lurkers. Let's see if he can turn the tide of the battle. He did a lot of economic damage over there on the third base, but the game is still not done, mate. Terran player is still very strong.
And the problem is that enough time has passed. We're 3-3. It's about to finish up for the Terran player. He's going to have a massive upgrade advantage. He's still lacking in terms of the tech, but he's working on that, right? Ghosts are on the way. That's the unit that he needs to deal with these lurkers. And what's important is that he did scan he did see the lurker den earlier, and he confirms the lurkers here on the left-hand side of the map.
Tank is up. Here comes the army. He needs to be very careful. The mines.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Mines detonate mostly over Marauders, but it was more than enough. And while this is a good trade, okay, they come the rest of the army from the other side, but there's a bunch of tanks, mate. A lot of banelings are being sniped off.
Yeah, the tank spread is honestly pretty good here, so this is not the best trade for Willow, but the banelings, they get into the mineral line. It all goes down, mate. At the same time, so do all the workers here at the newest base. So Zero, his economy is down the drain, but he still has a decent army. What does he?
60 army supply for Zero, 58 for Willow, mate. This is a very, very close game. The thing that is keeping Willow into this game is that he has destroyed a lot of SCVs time and time again, mate.
Yeah.
We just saw 25 SCVs went down. Oh no, the last Baneling mine just died.
Man, there's plenty more where that came from. Oh god. So again, Zero has to be careful. I mean, nice he picked up a lurker for free. Willow was wise enough to evacuate the rest of his lurkers so they weren't so isolated. We do see a tech switch coming. We also see Vipers on the way. They need a little bit more time to gather that energy. But again, there's a lot of potential with this Hydra lurker Viper. It's going to be on whether the Vipers can get their yoinks off or blinding clouds off, or if Zero can land those EMPs and deny those Vipers. Oh my god.
Yeah. More lurkers coming in. The workers are going to be evacuated, but oh my god, a lot of Zerlings. The Terran is definitely out of position, but they have 3-3, while the Zerlings they're only 2-2 mates.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the best trade for Willow. He just lost 2 lurkers on top of this, mate. Like, he threw away a significant amount of supply, I feel.
Yeah, those Marauders tank like tanks, mate. Like.
Oh my god, meanwhile at the same time another push is coming on the left hand side of the map. The tanks are exposed.
Tanks go down, but a lot of Baileys got killed as well, mate. There's not much buffer left here for the third player. The snipes are going in for into the lurkers. More lurkers coming the way. Poor girls, poor girls.
We even see some of Ducks on those ghosts. The ghosts are trying to snipe what lurkers they can, but it looks like Willow has been able to push up this ramp. There's not a lot protecting the lurkers though, and yeah, they're going down, even to the planetary.
Yeah, the lurkers going down. The Vipers as well are going to start going down, mate. That was an expensive trade for the third player, which I'm not sure if it was worth it, mate. He's doing a good job of making attacks left and right and having his opponent like being torn apart little by little, but I'm not sure if the damage that he's done is enough.
Yeah.
He's not particularly efficient.
The problem is that this most recent attack, he threw away a lot of supply, and he didn't get a lot of damage done. He traded army for army. Previously, he got a lot of worker kills, as you were saying, right? But not this time. And now we have the main base flying over here to get the newest, the freshest base for Zero, and that was a lot of lost Vipers, a lot of lost lurkers for Biomate. Uh-oh.
Currently, he doesn't have any lurkers left. Oh, there's a Nidus network going on into the
main base
of the temple, but he sees.
He does see, he drops 4 Marauders. I don't think this is going to be enough. The lurker then finishes, so the Nidus finishes.
Yeah, and a second Nidus starts immediately. Like, a lot of Zerlings coming in. There were not much Zerlings, so they probably won't do much damage, but they will be able to at least keep the Terran player occupied more.
Exactly. What's also important is that the sensor tower was taken out on the left-hand side of the map, so this area is still vulnerable to run-bys as well. It looked like Willow was trying to set up for that. Instead, does back off. Oh, but we see more Niduses. What's important is that his lurkers were killed earlier, but he remade them. Oh, but they're here. That's the newest base.
Lurkers are coming in along with a few Banelings. The Banelings not as particularly good connections, and the lurkers all got taken out. So.
The Vipers! Oh my god, one goes down for free. The second almost gets picked off as well. The Nidus finishes, but mate, there was nothing to come out of it.
Yeah, again, a good defense by the Terran player. The Zerg was very inefficient. He lost a lot of Banelings and a lot of lurkers for basically nothing. And while, yes, oh god, those Marines they were defending pretty good, but once the Terran army arrives here, he should be able to easily clean this up.
Yeah, the problem is that this time, I don't think Willow has enough to really threaten this base. Like, there's no lurkers. This Viper barely has any energy. He has mainly Banelings here, and like, there are already tanks set up, even some Marauders. Like, I don't have a lot of faith in this, mate. We'll see.
There we go. Banelings go directly for the Marauders. Not a good sign. my god, the SCVs are trapped.
The SCVs are trapped.
But there's only one building. Imagine if a couple of buildings go into that bunch of SCVs going around.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, Willow, he traded well there. Like, he took out the tanks. He was able to detonate those banelings on the Marauders, and now lings are flooding in. Unfortunately, the army was busy in the main base. They actually didn't finish cleaning everything up, and they actually take out all the SCVs at the fresh base.
I love Zerlings still alive, but again, this is 3-3 infantry, mate. Look how the Zerlings disappear.
Yeah, good. I liked the move here on the right-hand side of the map, but this most recent move, just trying to catch the reinforcements, didn't really work out for Willow.
Yeah, the armory got destroyed. A few of the engineering base, but let's be honest, he doesn't need it anymore. He takes a CC, that's okay, but wait, mate, why are the drones here fighting?
Oh god, he was long distance mining from that base. He wanted that base for himself. Meanwhile, we have another push here on the right hand side. Yo, can Zero keep up? It looks like, oh my god, a massive wave of reinforcements is coming from the main. That Bailey's are coming in.
If those Baileys do good connections, mate, they can finish the game here. A lot of SCVs going down, but this is a good split by Zero, and yeah, the most of the infantry survive.
Oh god, I feel like that was a little bit disastrous for our Zerg player, because sure, he killed 20 SCVs, that's great, but a lot of the army survived, and I feel like Zero, he's getting ready to push out across the map. He's been stuck defending for like the past 10 minutes. He's been stuck on his side of the map, but soon at some point he's gonna push out.
Yeah, 103 RB supply for Zero, 72 supply for Willow. And most of it is 3-3 infantry, mate, which is like pretty strong, and our third player has not been able to again keep up and amass a bunch of lurkers.
Yeah.
So this has been mostly just settling bailing, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he just completely gave up on Hydra production, on lurker production, even though he has plenty of gas. Look at that gas bank. He's just been too busy holding down that Z key, and he's been doing well, like keeping his Terran opponent at bay, but you still need those gas units. You still need those lurkers or ultras. Again, or anything.
A bunch of Zerlings just disappearing to a bunch of infantry, mate. And here we go. Once again, there is a planetary here.
Yeah, the Bailey's are coming in, and sure, he's gonna get a bunch of SCV kills. Maybe he can get the planetary as well. He's trying, and it looks like he just barely might.
The planetary goes down at the end, but that was, again, basically all of his Bailey's went down with it. 14 worker skill. Now, Zero is very slowly starting to lose economy, mate. That's one thing. He's 30 workers behind his opponent, and his opponent has been relentless, mate.
But this is what I was worried about, because now Zero, he's pushing out across the map, and I don't think Willow can stop him. 4 lurkers are on the way. These lurkers are key here in the defense. There are infestors, but they don't have any energy left.
There's a lot of infantry, mate, but there's not much of tanks or widow mines here, so good connections and the infantry could be cleaned up. And look, a lot of the infantry has already died.
Oh, that it has. Willow just barely holding on here. The lurkers finishing up just in time. It took him a lot to hold on, but he did. And at the same time, he did go for another ling run by, and more SCVs went down. Lings, please.
They're going in trying to find whatever damage they can, but it won't be much, unfortunately. 82 workers for Willow, 46 for Zero, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And this, again, we saw that move out earlier, and now Zero, he wants more. He's going to be able to take out another base here, a couple of drones as well. Finally, Zero is the one being the aggressor. What do we have to defend? Queens? More lurkers are on the way. There's only one lurker left besides these two morphing in.
3 queens died dead. 19 workers went down. At least this third player has 3-3 ready. So he is now fighting in equal operates with his opponent. And I'm gonna be honest, it shows, mate. It shows. The Zerlings are a little more deadly now.
You say that, I feel like Willow's just barely holding on. Like, look at the army. Sorry, the suit, mate. Look at the suit supply disparity at this point. Like, it's slowly been widening in favor of the Terran player. Like, he keeps throwing away these things. The main things are up. Oh god. He wants
Look,
to
he's
bait
trying
him
to
in.
bait him. He's trying to bait him. Okay, he takes out a few Marines with them. So I believe those were the last few baitings that were hidden in the map.
There's one. I think, yeah, that's all there is. And again, here comes the army. There's one lurker. It goes down, and Willow, he was tenacious. He kept going for these run-bys. He was so aggressive, but eventually, I feel like it was also his downfall because, oh god, like he's just barely holding on at this point.
Yeah, barely holding on, but he's still alive, which is the important part. The worker count is the same. The army is the difference here. Zero has a much bigger army than his opponent, and honestly, much better to deal with the third player that the third player has with the turret.
What I will say is that because Willow has been just relentless with his counterattacks, Zero keeps leaving army at home. Like he keeps leaving like forces towards the north, towards the right. He's never been able to attack with everything that he has. So because of that, like his pushes haven't been enough to end the game.
Hey, if this keep going like this, mate, this is basically going to go into the whoever has any money left into the 20 minutes more.
Pretty much, mate. Pretty much. I mean, the Nidus is about to finish up. There is an army here to deal with it. Meanwhile, Ling run by, but again, an army was left here to thwart that. The Nidus will finish. Only a handful of Lings make it through. There's no detection.
Or SCV is going down for our Terran player, but at the same time, I don't know where the third player lost 13 workers at a second ago.
Yeah, exactly. At the same time, here comes the main army of the Zerg. Finally, he breaks this defensive position, breaks through the tanks and the Liberators, and he has to force a response from Zero. Zero, what does he do? He moves out, takes out another base.
Yes, his counterattack takes out another base. I actually would have liked him if he just kept going. But yeah, and mate, we have finally Corruptors. Is there a Great Spire on the map? And there is not. There is only a normal Spire. So no Great Spire still. I think I would like to see Broodlords very soon instead of keep going for Lurkers, because let's be honest, mate, Lurkers have not been working like particularly well this matchup.
Yeah, Broodlords would be amazing. Problem is that he just doesn't have the money for it. He did in the past, to be fair, but now I think it's a little bit. He's struggling to gather the resources to make army. Meanwhile, he's going for a massive run by. Oh my god, the army of Zero was completely out of position.
Yeah, completely out of position. There's one tank, there's a couple of tanks here to defend, and here comes the army mate. He has lost all of the buffer of the Zerglings, and the Lurkers are now exposed.
Oh my god, they are exposed. Almost all the Lings go down. The Lurkers are being sniped as we speak. Oh, there's no detection.
My god, there's no detection. There's very few army mate, and for the first time, our third player is now below 100 supply and 50 supply behind his opponent.
Exactly. Like, he needs time to gather those resources to take some of these bases, some of these fresh bases, but he just can't do it. And what's scary is that now Zero, I feel like he should push out, right? Like there's nothing left holding him back.
Look at the army supply mate, 116 versus 36. Now, I'm no mathematician, but I think 36 is lower than 119.
I think so too, man. I mean, oh god, here we go. The bio is coming in. All these workers are going down. This base is the most important base for our Zerg player, and he just can't hold on to it.
Yes, he cannot. There's definitely not enough army, not enough units. He's trying well with his Corruptors on the other side of the map, but it's definitely not gonna be enough. The SCVs are just gonna be repaired. Yeah, there we go. The base is lost. The rest of the army is coming, and I think it's the end, mates.
Yeah, this is the end, mate. There's nothing to stop the Bioforce. The Corruptors don't take out the base, and GG gets called. Wow.
I was not expected to go such a long and back and forth game, but at the end of the day, the third player just couldn't close it out, and the Terran player just keep on going and survive.
Yeah, one intense game there on Jagannatha. Like, oh boy, that was so back and forth, so dynamic. There were definitely moments where especially early on, right, where the Zerg player was straight up just ahead in that game, but Perfect Zero, he clawed his way back into it, traded more efficiently, was on top of his upgrades, his expansions, his defense. Despite all the lurkers, despite all the chaos, he remained in control. And yeah, what a series, what a game.
What a game. And now our Terran player Zero is going to fight Riser in the next round, mates.
Oh, that he is. Let's just set this up here. He's going to be up against the American Protoss player. Again, a very strong player. I think there's a lot of people do kind of put a lot of stock in Riser. But yeah, I'm honestly very impressed with how Zero played.